What's up, everybody? Kafka here, and we're going over 17 things you might not know about PoE. To start off, PoE is releasing its beta. I can't wait. This Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern. So 1 p.m. Eastern. Take the day off of work, call in sick, whatever you have to do. Let's get everyone on and break the release. I don't know, hopefully not, but 1 p.m. Eastern for everyone that wants to play. So that is the beta. So the beta is including 6 classes with 12 different ascendancies. So we have the monk, the warrior, the ranger, the mercenary, the witch, and the sorceress. And you're going to have 12 different ascendancies. So during the full release, we will get the full 12 of the classes that we could play, and there's 36 different ascendancies. So my personal favorite is going to be the sorceress. We are going to roll with it. You could make a ball lightning build with the sorceress, and I'm going to be working towards that. I think it looks really cool. And the chronomancer ascendancy, it looks so sweet. Are you kidding me? Let's freaking go. All right, on to the passive skill tree. There is 2,156 nodes on the passive skill tree for PoE, and that includes small passives, notables, and keystones. So the small passives are just little ways to get to the key passives. The small passives basically gain you entry to get to the notables. And then once you get to the notable you want, you'll notice that those skills are a lot more powerful. The keystones are different. They're the last type of nodes, and they're the largest. And these are very, very powerful. And it could be something crazy your character could do. It could alter the character, or it could make it good, it could make it bad, who knows, based on the build you're trying to do. So those keystones are really cool. All right, so there are 8 pinnacle bosses, and these bosses are said to be extremely difficult in PoE 2. So hopefully, Kafka, your boy's gonna be taking on all of those pinnacle bosses, but if you die, you lose that encounter. So it's not like Diablo when I just spam Duriel, go fight him again, I go fight up again, I go fight Lilith again. No, you lose that encounter. Whatever mats it took to summon the pinnacle boss, you have to get those again. So there's 4 different game modes that are confirmed. So there's standard, hardcore, which is if you die, your character's gone. SSF, that means that you cannot trade with people and you can't group with people. And then there's hardcore SSF. Kafka, we're starting off on standard. We're not a PoE pro, so it's going to be standard for us. So that is what we're going to start off with. So comment down below, are you going hardcore or are you just going standard? All right, so another major change to the passive skill tree in PoE 2 is there's a dual specialization. So what this system does, it allows you to weapon swap. So I'm going to use the sword for example. So if I want to do a fireball build and I also want ball lightning, I could have 2 different staffs that buff those individual builds, and my abilities will actually switch. When I use those abilities, it will switch to that staff. Also, with my passive skill tree, the skill tree will be different for the fireball versus the ball lightning. So really cool thing you could do, have 2 different types of items that you could be using in PoE 2. Dodge roll is a new mechanic coming to PoE 2 that is available for every character, and it's just by default. It's just a movement skill. So you could roll in a specific direction. I believe the spacebar on computer is going to be the default option for that to roll, to use the dodge roll mechanic. All right, so most games you see right here on the screen, you see that we have a mana pool on the left and you have a mana pool on the right. But then above mana, you see this yellowish bar. Well, it was yellow. It just went away. That is your spirit bar. So that's something new in PoE. You can see it there. Spirit bar allows you to cast your more like your defensives, your armors, and your spells that aren't damage. You're going to use your spirit bar for. So something new that they have. All right, so in PoE 2, you now have a new option to get skills and rank up those skills. Basically, you'll be looting uncut skill gems, and these uncut skill gems are going to allow you to pick what skills you want to actually improve or you want to actually, have. So an uncut skill gem is going to give you that. Now I could cast ball lightning. Now I could cast fireball. Now I could cast comet, or whatever that is for whatever class you decide to play. Then there's 9 of those. So you're going to get 9 skill gems. So you're going to have 9 different skills. And those 9 different skills are going to have an option for 5 different support gems. And those support gems enhance those skills. You could only use 1 support gem. You can't use the same support gem for every skill. So that's something that's new in PoE 2 as well. You only have 1 flask. You can see it here in the video. There's 1 flask for potions, and there's one or for health potions, and there's 1 flask for mana potions. So you don't have to continuously. I remember playing Diablo 2, and I would always have to put more potions on my bar. It doesn't look like you have to do that in PoE 2 because they just have 2 options. You just press 1 or 2, or you could keybind it to whatever ones you like. And I usually like D for drink, but we'll see what that looks like. But you just press 1 or 2 default. I'm sure it's going to just be a button on the controller as well, and it's going to be easier to utilize your potions or / flask. All right, so resistances are a thing in PoE 2. The cap for resistances is 75%. That basically blocks 75% of the incoming spell damage that's coming to you. And as you play through, you're going to want to increase your resistances. It might not be something you need to focus on right away, but by that end game, 75% resistance, from what I'm hearing, is going to be important. So there's 4 different damage types in the game, and there are attacks, there's spells, and there's damage over time and secondary damage. So that's like your 4 different types of damage that you're going to do. Attacks are damage based on your weapon. So the stronger your weapon is, the more damage your attacks will. Spells are damage mostly increased by your gem and gem level. Damage over time is similar to spells. It scales based off the gem and gem level. And then secondary damage are scaled off specific bonuses. So then there is crafting, and crafting I have a little cheat sheet for here, because crafting is going to be really fun in PoE. I am excited about crafting. I think any game that has a good crafting system really makes it enjoyable. So there's basic currencies. The basic currencies are the Scroll of Wisdom that identifies an unidentified item. You have the Transmutation Orb that transforms a normal item that has magic on it, and you gain 1 affix on that item. And then you have an Augmentation Orb that adds an affix to 1 affix to a magic item. You have an Alchemy Orb that transforms a normal item into a rare item with 4 affixes on it. You have an Orb of Chance, randomly transforms a normal item or rare item or a unique item. So it just basically takes a normal item and makes it one of those, which is kind of cool. You have the Regal Orb, which transforms a magic item into a rare item, adding 1 affix. Exalted Orb adds 1 random affix to a rare item. You have an Orb of Annulment, removes 1 modifier from a magic or rare item. So if you want to add something else with one of the other orbs, like an Augmentation Orb, you could do that. You could take 1 off, put 1 on. You have Chaos Orb, removes a modifier, replaces it with another random modifier. You have Divine Orbs, randomizes the numerical values of the item. So if you want to try to get a higher roll, you could do that. And then you have the Veil Orb, which this one's interesting. It unpredictably changes the item and prevents the item from being further crafted. So that's like a really big gamble on that. So a lot of different ways. And what I'm hearing is you're going to be crafting at like level 1, like level 5. You're going to get items, and you could disenchant items. And once you disenchant those items, you'll get more crafting material, but you also find crafting material. And from what I'm hearing, it is going to be smart to just start doing that right off the rip. So that's something that I'll be showing off when I'm streaming or making videos of the different things that I've actually upgraded with the crafting system to show the importance of it. Last thing I want to talk about is gold. Gold will drop throughout the game. It's actually the only thing in the game that is bound on account. So you could get the best unique, the best rare, the best magic item, and those are just tradable. Any of these crafting items, they're tradable. These Chaos Orbs, Augmentation Orbs, like any of these Regal Orbs, these are actually able to be traded, where gold is not. You're going to use the gold at NPC vendors to buy items or to gamble. So it just can't be traded outside the game. I think that makes a ton of sense because when you have gold in a game, it just makes the market messed up is all I'm gonna say. There's another game called Diablo that has a crazy messed up market because there's gold and people do crazy stuff with that outside the game. But that's the pro tips that Kafka's got. There's just some things. Maybe you heard all this. Maybe you haven't. Maybe you stuck around to the end. I really appreciate it. Maybe you're going to watch Kafka play some Path of Exile 2 on release, the first at 1 p.m. Hopefully everything's keeping our fingers crossed that it is working the way it should be. I really hope so. But thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.